Hello, everyone.
I do just love how bad this lighting setup is. He's got the ring light that looks more like the ring light on one side, and then on the other side is just all this natural light flooding into his attic from an uncovered window.
And I am here to say this very quick message that for John and William, it's over for them. It's very much over for William and John.
Here it is, boys. It's the ultimatum for the trolls. Chance has finally had enough, and he's about to unleash the wrath of God. Your body had better be ready, because you won't get a second chance.
Because, as per the request of my lawyer on a personal level, or I should say mine and my fiance's lawyer, I was instructed to take and make a list of every charge that William can and more than likely will be charged with. So William, if you go to your channel, you'll see a post where I've listed every charge that you can and will be charged with if you do not stop. That post is your final warning to back the fuck off. And John, I did the same with you, John. But yours is already done for, buddy, because you violated your parole by harassing my fiance. Now, here's the thing, my guy. Because I'm working alongside your parole officer, which, by the way, shout out to your parole officer. Shout out to you, my dude. I appreciate you, man. But here's what's going to happen, John. If you do not help me to bring down William Gloryhole, Southern, and all their little friends, you're going to be facing a long time in prison, my friend. Especially after what you did to my fiance. All the harassment that you did, taking and having people hired to take photos of her house, like you guys have done me. You're facing a long time in prison, John, because you violated your parole, my friend. You have fully violated your parole.
You may have noticed that there are a lot of cuts in the preceding segment. That's because Chancey Boy is not very smart, and he needs to stop and buffer his next words mid-sentence quite often. And that means there's a lot of dead air to cut out. I've gone and cut it all out for you because I'm such a nice guy. And if you want to show your appreciation for my hard, grueling work, you can leave a like and subscribe to this channel. There's more chance in the pipeline, don't you worry.
So, John, you now work for me and your parole officer. Which, by the way, shout out to your parole officer, who's honestly an amazing gentleman. So here's what's going to happen, John. You're going to help me bring down William and Southern and Mass Troll Mafia. Otherwise, you can and will be facing prison time. And this is not blackmail at all. I'm giving you a chance to make a choice. Either you work with me and my fiance and your parole officer to help bring down William's little terrorist group, who, by the way, will more than likely be facing life in prison, or your parole officer's just gotta get a hold of the police and tell them how you've been working for them and everything that you've done. I'm giving you an ultimatum here. Either you work alongside me and my fiance and your parole officer, or you face a long time in prison, which, by the way, your parole officer already knows about William. They already know about it. He already knows about William and them. And I'm pretty sure that he's going to be kicking up an investigation.
Alright, so let's recap the story so far. Chance is talking to his fiance's lawyer, who says that William Gloryhole will be going to prison for a long time, maybe even for life, because of terrorism? And he's also talking to John's parole officer, and the parole officer says John is violating his parole by harassing Chance's fiance. But the parole officer is letting Chance blackmail John into helping him take down William Gloryhole's international terrorist trolling network, instead of going to prison. This is Chance's ultimatum. Oh, and it's totally not blackmail. He says it's not blackmail. It's definitely not blackmail.
Like I said, I'm actually trying to save your ass here, John. Because right now, as it stands, you're looking at about 30 plus years in prison. Plus several fines of outstanding money. So I'm trying to save your ass here. I'm trying to give you a way out so that your ass ain't got to sit in a freaking little 4x4 cell rotting away for 35 years. So, I mean, take your pick, John. You can either help me or you can rot away in your cell, man. Ain't no skin off my back, brother. Hell, personally, I'd kind of like to see you rot in this cell, but I spoke with your parole officer, and your parole officer's on board with this. So, I'd be taking this time to really think about it before you end up in handcuffs.
Chance here. He's the godfather of Akron. He's got all the power. He's got all the leverage. All the trolls are bowing to him. They're begging for his mercy. And he has decided to give them some. For he is a benevolent godfather. And the police, the parole officers, they just do what Chance tells them. They respect his authority. And when the godfather makes you an offer, you don't refuse it.
And William, you, my friend, you're already looking at life in prison. It's just a matter of time before you get brought down. And knowing your luck, William, you're probably going to get LWOPed, which means life without parole. So, I mean, do you really want to go down that route, William? Because as of right now, your little friend John is going to squeal for me and for his parole officer to help bring you down. So, William, I hope you like a little 4x4 cell with a toilet and a fucking sink combined and a fucking steel table and a steel mirror and a hard as fuck steel ass bed that you don't get to have a pillow for. Just a rolled up mat to have a makeshift pillow. So, like I said, William, I posted the list of charges that you will be facing on your channel if you do not comply and leave me and my fiance alone. And John, I have done the same for you.
You heard it, folks. The walls are closing in around the devious troll known as William Gloryhole. It won't be long before our dear Mr. Gloryhole is in a cell, one not entirely unlike the attic where Chance lives, come to think of it. Chance's fiance's lawyer, who is definitely a real lawyer, not a troll, will see to that. And John? After hearing this ultimatum, he's probably flipped already. That's why Chance is so confident that he's already on his side.
Now, you both have a very important choice to make. You both can either leave me alone, leave my fiance alone, and stop stealing from us and doing all these crimes, or you both will be looking at prison time. And let me tell you right now, William, it won't even be me that presses the charges. It'll be John's parole officer that will be pressing the charges. So, my advice to you two, William and John, back off. Otherwise, it's going to get real ugly for you real fucking quick, my man. For the both of you. It's going to get real ugly real quick unless you both back off.
You heard that. Chance won't even press the charges. The godfather doesn't dirty his own hands. That's what he has foot soldiers for. John's parole officer, who is definitely not a troll, will be the one pressing charges, even though this didn't involve him in any way. Don't worry about that.
As I said, I've gone to your pages and I've posted the list of charges that you guys will be facing if you don't stop. So this is my official cease and desist for the both of you to stop what you are doing and stop harassing me and my fiance. Otherwise, those list of charges will go through to John's parole officer, which will then go through to the police, and then detectives, and then from detectives, it'll shoot right up to FBI, and then from there, you guys can and will be arrested and charged accordingly. So unless you want this whole thing to be blown wide open, I highly suggest you stop. This is your official cease and desist, William and John. You either leave us alone, or shit's gonna get real nasty real fucking quick. I'm giving you guys 24 hours to decide. Take your pick. You have 24 hours to decide. Either you stop and back off, or you will be charged. It's your guys' call, not mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have music to get back to recording, and a record label to help my fiance finish getting set up for me and her. Okay? Now, you two gentlemen, you have a good day, and let me know by midnight tonight what your guys' choice is. So depending on your choice, that'll determine whether I get a hold of your parole officer or not, John. And you can tell your little friend William that same thing. Then unless you guys want charged, you guys are gonna stop. So you guys have until midnight tonight to make your choice. And if I was y'all, I'd take that seriously. Just saying. Anyways, peace out.
Well, that's the end of it, folks. You heard the Godfather's ultimatum, and that deadline is short. It's tonight. William Gloryhole could get picked up by the FBI and crammed in a cell tomorrow. And Chance would be making music the whole time, no doubt. He should write a song about how he defeated the trolls. I bet Cassandra can help him out with that. She could also help him upload it for all of us to enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more updates on The Godfather.